Welcome to our Vault Shorts. These are shorter episodes highlighting programs and resources here in our Billings and Montana community.
Joining us today to talk about the Rocky Mountain Women's Business Center is Kassi Strong.
The following is a Big Sky Economic Development production.
It's Mars B.
And Kavo.
And this is The Vault at 201 North Broadway.
A business podcast.
Where we bring you entrepreneurs, small business owners, and community leaders of Montana.
To share their stories, expertise, industry insights, and strategies.
And we are sharing them all with you every single week.
You don't want to miss this.
Learn how to better start, manage, and grow your business.
And your leadership style.
Tangible takeaways to save you time and improve whatever it is that you're working on.
You're listening to The Vault.
Thank you to the Small Business Development Center for sponsoring The Vault at 201 North Broadway. The Small Business Development Center offers free personalized support from business plans to financial projections and beyond, empowering small businesses to thrive. Reach out to us at bigsky.economicdevelopment.org. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're excited to have you here with us today.
Me too. I always look at the vault and I'm like, I want to be in there.
Oh,
so now I am.
Good. Yay, now you
got the
are.
invitation.
We love that. So welcome to, our Vault Shorts. We're excited to talk to you about all the things that you're doing. So if you wouldn't mind just telling us a little bit about what you do with the Women's Business Center.
Yeah, so Women's Business Centers are SBA-funded programs similar to an SBDC, and we serve women all across the state. Our goal is to help serve the underserved and provide business coaching and educational opportunities to help women start and grow businesses.
I love that. So you did mention the SBDC. So what, we have very similar missions, right? Help people start businesses.
Yep.
What sets your services apart from the SBDC?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think, we work really well together since we
love
have those.
partnering.
Yes, since we have the same goal. We, our services are obviously guided towards women. So that's who our audience is when we're creating programming. So we can be a little more specific on women's issues. And we serve the entire state instead of being focused on a smaller region of the state. I'd say those are the main
differences.
Main upfront differences.
So as you guys, not knowing a ton, and maybe our audience doesn't either, can you just talk to us a little bit? I was about to ask you like 100 questions at once, so I won't. But how are you guys structured? So you're under the SBA, you service the state. Like, how big is your team?
Yeah, so we, our program is hosted by a nonprofit called Accelerate Montana.
Oh, cool. Okay, great.
Yep. And Accelerate does a ton of different economic development things, workforce development, all sorts of different programs.
Yeah.
And so the Accelerate Montana umbrella is huge, but our program just has 2 full-time and 2 part-time staff members. So we're a small team, but we're located throughout the state and are able to do things digitally, which is really exciting.
That is cool. So you're located in Billings, you service the whole state?
Correct.
Cool.
Yep. Our business advisor is in Phillipsburg.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
What a cute little town. That's really cool. And how did you get involved with the Women's Business Center?
Yes, good question. When I was in college at the University of Montana, I participated in a program called Pursue Your Passions, which was just kind of a women's club of sorts.
Yeah.
And I started my first business through that program. It was called Crepe Cuisine. I sold French crepes at the farmer's market. And it was so sweet because everyone's happy in Missoula on a Saturday next to the river.
Everyone's happy eating crepes.
Yeah,
Have you ever seen someone sad or
No.
angry eating crepes?
No.
Yeah, it was awesome. So I started my first little business and then I kind of just got the bug. I was studying psychology, thought maybe I was going to be a counselor, but my family is full of business owners. And so it kind of fit the lifestyle I was looking for. And in college, I ended up working for the Pursue Your Passions program. And that down the line turned into the Women's Business Center once they received that grant. So I've been teaching courses for them since I graduated college 10 years ago, and they keep roping me back in. So when this position opened, it just felt like a good time to make that switch. I'd been working as a digital marketing consultant and was looking forward to getting back into supporting women in the on the business side of things, not just marketing.
I love that. So one thing I wanted to touch on is you mentioned it a little bit earlier, the different challenges that women business owners encounter. Can you share a little bit about what some of those challenges that you see are?
Yeah, sure. Man, I feel like I could talk about this all day, but one of the stats that I like to kind of throw out there is that it wasn't until I believe the 80s, shoot, I should have this number off the top of my head, but in the 80s when they developed the Women's Business Center program, that's when women were first allowed to get a bank loan for their business without the signature of a man. And that's like not even really history. It's just recent
I just saw that
times.
stat. It was like
Yes.
1974 or something
Right,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Maybe I'll
Which
Google
is
it
insane.
after
I
this.
don't know,
Kayla can
70s or
Google it.
80s
Yeah.
or something. But like I saw that and then it's like thinking 100 years, it was like 100 years ago women could vote. And I'm like, wow,
I
that's
know.
really not that long ago.
Exactly. And so, I mean, it just makes sense that we're still trying to catch up. I mean, there are women who are in the prime of their career right now that were adults when that change happened. So it's no wonder that women are just a little bit less likely to choose to pursue those types of businesses that require loans, require risk, and not to mention the other societal pressures that just happen to fall on women, like raising children, as we know, or a variety of different things that might prevent someone from making those choices of running a big business. So in the Women's Business Center, my position especially, I'm just passionate about helping women build big businesses if they want to, or build small businesses if they want to. I just don't want someone to build a small business because they feel like that's the only choice they have. Personally, I love Main Street business. That was my first selling French crepes, and I think that's what I would choose to do again. But I don't want someone to feel stuck in that just because they don't know what else to do.
Letting them know they have growth opportunities.
Yes.
So maybe they start out as a Main Street business and then maybe they get a brick and mortar.
Yep.
And maybe they end up selling their crepes in Costco.
Yeah, exactly. You never know.
Dream big, right?
Right. And what are some of those services that you do? Because this is a different world for me. I do like the marketing, workforce development. So even for those listening, if they're like, oh, this sounds like someone like I need to talk to Kassi, like what are some things that you help them with? And I know it's probably different for each person because no one's the same, but like what are some of those service offerings?
Yeah. So all of our services at this point are free, which is really exciting. So women can meet with us and me or my business advisor, Marguerite, one-on-one as many times
Marguerite's
as they'd like.
awesome. Love her.
Yeah, she is.
Shout
She's
out.
the best. Yeah. She is the Women's Business Center. But either of us, we can help you with everything from deciding, what type of entity you might want to create, how to take those first literal steps to starting a business. I think that can feel so overwhelming. Anything from that all the way to understanding your financials. Maybe you're like, man, I'm making some sales, but I still don't have like any money. Where is my money
What's going on?
We can help you understand that.
That happens more often than you think.
Exactly, yeah. Or maybe you're on the other side and you're like, I have this awesome product, but no one is buying it from me. We can help you come up with the marketing ideas or sales strategy. Or maybe you've been in business for 10 years and you're ready to make the next step. Or maybe you're ready to back down from your business and you're interested in selling it. Or who knows what your next steps are. We can help you all along the way.
I love that. I just pulled it up so I could say everybody. So tackling back, the executive order was in 1979. And then in response to that, 1988 is when the SBA created the Women's Business Center. So
yes.
Wow.
So that is like recent history. And it just makes sense that there's still a little bit of a mentality behind women running larger businesses. So
there is. And we love to deal with women that are in male dominated industries and just see the ripples that they make in that industry because they're out there kind of being a catalyst for other women in that region. And so we have a woman who operates an asphalt company, and she has an amazing story about how she still battles that mentality in that industry, that she's just a woman and she's like, I'll get out here and I'll probably do this faster than you can.
I love it. Yeah, that's so cool.
So along with that, you also host a slew of different types of trainings. Can you share with the listeners what kind of trainings they could expect to be taking from the Women's Business Center?
Yeah, the way we do it right now is each month we have a different topic that we focus on based on what our clients are currently struggling with. So right now, as we're recording this, our topic is social media. So we have some events upcoming. We do kind of a digital lunch and learn with a professional who will give the participants something they can go and work on like immediately after that call, which is really exciting. And then we have kind of more of a panel event where we bring in 3 or 4 professionals and a woman business owner who's skilled in that area. And then they're able to give little tips and tricks and then answer really personal questions from the participants. So we've had a great turnout, but nothing that's so big that we can't focus in on people's individual questions, which has been exciting. And then we also we're trying to bring in more live in-person
because those are digital, right?
Yes.
Those other ones are virtual. So then that's nice with your guys' reach of being statewide or state so big.
Yes, I know. Yeah. So we can have anyone from around the state join those digital events. They're free. And hopefully we'll just keep adding more of those to our calendar, which is exciting. I think last month we had 3 people from Dixon, Montana that didn't even know that the other person was going to be on the call. So it's just so cool to see.
And they all know each other.
Yes, of course, right?
Yeah.
And to find those, they would go to RockyMountainWomen'sBusinessCenter.com.
Yep.
Rocky Mountain WBC.org.
And you guys just hosted one here, right?
Yeah.
Like in person. I heard nothing but great things about it.
Yeah, Kayla and I did it together. It was so fun.
We recently hosted a women in business group called E3. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Yes. I made that acronym and now I can't remember what it stands for. So
it's like elevate, empower, and educate.
Yes. Yeah. It kind of goes with our mountain theme. Yeah. We practiced.
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah, I think so. So I don't know, my goal is just to bring women together because I think people are feeling lonely, and
entrepreneurship can feel really lonely.
And
sometimes it's hard to even break out and find others.
Exactly. And what I realized leading up to that event was that these women, they're lonely and they want connection, but also they're so busy, and some of them are moms and some of them have other jobs and some of them have parents they're caring for and whatever it might be. And so I'm just trying to think creatively about what it can actually look like to bring women together. And maybe it's not the typical business after hours, drinks and networking setting. Maybe it's something totally different.
Like a brunch on a Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe like a midday lunch. I think one of the ideas that was brought up and it was like, maybe we could do like a speed dating networking event. I don't know. So I think we can be creative, and post-COVID, there's just an opportunity to like re-break into that space. And I'd love it if we could create something in Billings that then my team could redo in other places that they live.
Yeah.
And we could kind of create this movement across the state for people.
Women in business.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I think we have so many, Billings, but just all across the state. Like I follow women entrepreneurs from different, like in Bozeman and Eastern Montana and other places. And like they're doing really big and exciting things. And I think giving them spaces to connect with each other. I think they're really, I think Billings, at least, I can't speak to everybody else. I think it's in a lot of the other part of the state, but supportive of each other. Like they're like, coming to, like, if Something Chic has an event, like a lot of other women entrepreneurs in our community are coming to her event, and then she'll go to theirs, and like they're just there to support each other. Yeah, which I think is so magical.
Yeah, it's cool. Exciting because it feels like we can all win.
Yeah,
it's not like there's oversaturation of women-owned businesses, so we can all do it and support each other. And I think it's fun when you are at a business, and I don't know if somehow you can find out that it's women-owned, and it's exciting to see those pop up in your community when you start to pay attention to it.
So when we say women-owned, I know there's different like government categories. So could it be like a women-owned business is it like 50% or 51%? And then like if it's like maybe I think of even Cardsetter with Josh and Jessica. I don't know what their ownership looks like, but there's 2 of them. One's a guy, one's a girl.
Sure,
like, what does that look like?
One's a veteran and one's a woman.
Perfect. They get a lot of grants. So our services, while they're created for women and issues that women potentially face, we're open to serving anyone. So we do have male clients, and we have a lot of clients that are couples or partnerships. And we don't turn anyone away. So if you resonate with our messaging and you're passionate about supporting women, or you're passionate about growing your business, like we can help you.
I love that. You also have a program called Funding Foundations.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
Can you share with us more details about that program and how it is benefiting women business owners?
Yeah, sure. So we're working on this program. It's a pilot program with the Real Women Collab, which is at the University of Montana. And their program is designed to research ways to help women in entrepreneurship and leadership in Montana or the northern kind of Rocky states. And so we're working with them on this program. We're providing the services, but what their goal is really is to research if there's a way that we can educate women, help them prepare business plans and financial models and understand how to pitch their business so that they have higher success rates gaining the funding that they might be looking for to move their business to the next level. So I'm not sure, if this program has legs to continue on into the future or not, but for now it's an exciting opportunity to research how we can help get more money in the hands of women. And I think it's important for me to say, we don't believe that women are need more education and that's why they need, haven't gotten any loans. It all just goes back to generations of women not being able to find the services to get the education or set themselves up in a position. I was just recently talking to a mom who was like, I'm smart. I understand the numbers. I understand my business plan. I have all these things, but my credit is tanked because I put myself through college when I also had 3 kids that I was raising. And so that's a real thing that she's dealing with. And how can we help women in those situations become more bankable because they are going to be smart with the money, the loan that they receive to grow their business, probably going to be able to make money faster when they have that loan that allows them to buy more equipment or, have more inventory on the shelves. So how do we set those people up for success in the eyes of traditional banking
lenders,
world, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously we don't want to tell lenders just to throw money around either.
Right.
But
that's why they don't let me lend
choices.
money to people. I just help people get their
Kayla would be
packages
like,
together.
yes,
I'd
but
be
there's
like,
a
I believe in
hustle
you.
to these women that they're like, no, I'm doing it. I've just had
Yeah.
to do these things because of life's
Right.
circumstances
Yes.
that, we can't control all the time. And
Yeah,
that's cool.
So how can we help give women just a little bit of a leg up? Unfortunately, sometimes it means we have to work harder than if we weren't in those life situations. But I love that. I don't know, the grit that shows through that. So
I love that. What excites you most about your job?
Oh, I love that we can change lives, but I'm not in such a high pressure situation that I'm saving lives, I can leave work and think wow, someone's life is changing because they're starting a business and generational wealth and their community is going to experience less crime because now there's a grocery store, whatever, it might be. But also if I don't send an email by Friday afternoon, it's cool. It's okay.
I know
People
it's not
will
life
live.
or death.
Yes. Yeah.
We're not. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just really empowering to see the big changes that can happen. And
I love to say, who gets to say their job is helping people make their dreams come true, and we do. And that is one of the greatest things about it, and that's what really fills my cup is every day we're helping someone make a huge impact on their lives.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
without it being a scary medical situation.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So do you find that with your clients that you have them and then they kind of launch out, or are they, just ongoing and maybe they come back to you? What does that look like?
Yeah, man, we see kind of all over the board there. We have some people that we joke, they just come to us for counseling when they're stressed about their business. They just come in
just
and
a
we're
sounding
need to
board
talk
sometimes.
need to vent and then move on.
Yeah, we're okay, let's lay those thoughts out and figure out which ones of those are actually a concern and which you can just stop worrying about. So we have some clients like that. We have clients that come in and they have a very specific need and we might give them, connect them to a resource or
Help them with projections.
Yes, exactly. Give them something they can fill out, worksheet, whatever that might be. And, they might come back in a year and have another thing that they want help with. So it's kind of all over the place. And we're here until you don't want us to be anymore.
I always say for us, it's as much or as little as you need us.
Yes,
We're
yeah.
here for you.
Exactly. And
That's
then
really cool.
if you feel like you've graduated from us, then we're just going to rope you back in as a presenter or something. So
Keep you connected.
You're never gone.
Yeah.
You're always there.
Yes.
What are there other things that you're I think it's important for people to know about the Rocky Mountain Women's Business Center?
Yes. I think it's important to know that it's a free program, but I also sometimes think when people hear it's a free program, they don't maybe think it's super valuable. These services, we could be charging hundreds of dollars and, for our online events, and we could be charging thousands of dollars for our coaching. And, but that's not the point. And so I want people to know that we have truly valuable materials
and experience. You guys are all, most of us are business owners, previous business owners that have been in the trenches as well.
Yeah, exactly. So we have those experiences. And I also maybe would just say that it's a good way to just not feel alone. We can connect you with other women who have been in your shoes. Last week we had 3 just info sessions about one of our programs coming up. And so we weren't even teaching any material. And the connections that were made on those calls were so valuable.
Cool.
And so there's just, there's always people to connect with. And you don't have to worry about doing it on your own. You can come find us and we can help you.
And you're like the connector.
Yeah, it's fun.
Which is really like a fun role to have. Yeah.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for being here today and sharing a little bit more about the Women's Business Center. Let's repeat, where can people find you? Where can they get connected? Where can they find out about more trainings? Tell us all the things.
Yes, I'd say first step, follow us on our Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn, which is at Rocky Mountain WBC.
Ooh, I'm gonna do that now. Yeah.
We post all of our trainings and blog posts and that kind of thing there. And then you can also find us online at RockyMountainWBC.org, and you can sign up for our newsletter. We also have a digital, just kind of online community space. It's similar to maybe like a Facebook group, but it's on its own standing app. And there's some resources on there as well. So if you visit our website, you can join that group.
And a newsletter, I'm guessing that's really valuable.
Yes.
I mean, of course it is, but it's like, what a great other way to get information right in your inbox that you can look at when you have time, if it's in the morning or at lunch or whatever it is.
For sure. Yeah. I have links to sign up for our digital training so you can hop on, do that right away. And
delivered right to your inbox.
Yes. And other programs from partners as well, we share in our newsletter. So
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks for doing what you do.
Yes.
For the women in our state.
Thank you.
It's been fun.
Thank you so much. And check her out.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this episode.
Make sure you are subscribed to The Vault at 201 North Broadway, wherever you podcast, including YouTube.
Connect with us on Facebook at The Vault at 201 North Broadway and Instagram at The Vault_201.
Don't forget to visit us at thevault@201.com and subscribe to our newsletter.
We will see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you to Big Sky Economic Development for supporting The Vault at 201 North Broadway. Big Sky Economic Development provides leadership and resources for business creation, expansion, retention, new business recruitment, and community development. If you are starting a business, growing or expanding your business, diversifying your customer base, or maybe you're looking for business trainings to attend to continue to learn and grow, they're excited and here to help. Even if you're thinking of relocating your company into Billings, they're a resource for you. BSED also provides resources for community development initiatives by planning, partnering, and managing projects and administering grants for redevelopment and placemaking. Their workforce development program brings together industry and education partners to anticipate and respond to community workforce needs. And they provide talent attraction and retention resources for your business to use under the community brand Better Off in Billings. BSED's Rock 31 program is focused on helping startups thrive. And in their location in downtown Billings, they have 2 floors dedicated to co-working and additional spaces throughout their building open to the community to host their meetings, events, and trainings. Visit BigSkyEconomicDevelopment.org. Again, that's BigSkyEconomicDevelopment.org or follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn.